What's up, YouTube? This is Tech Time Today, and as you likely already know, Gamescom took off today, and I'm going to be recapping the most important news from today. So we had EA and Sony, as you probably heard, two of the biggest companies in the gaming industry, and EA had a ton of stuff to announce. They had FIFA Street, Need for Speed The Run. They had BioWare announcing Dragon Age Legends on Google Plus, a free-to-play Warhammer Online PvP game. They showed a little bit of the Old Republic. And they also showed Mass Effect 3. We have The Secret World, a new MMO being developed by Funcom, which is going to be published by EA. That definitely looks good. It's like it's like bringing all the urban legends to life, like zombies, things like that. And you can choose from three factions: the Illuminati, the Dragons, or the Templars. And they are in a secret war to gain control of various legendary locations, but also have to team up to battle against creatures born from superstition and conspiracy. So that sounds like an interesting game. Hopefully Funcom doesn't release it with bugs like Age of Conan was, because Age of Conan was a great game, but kept back from bugs. If it was just in development for one more year, it would have been amazing. So hopefully Funcom does not make the same mistake with the Secret World. We have FIFA 12, which will be releasing on September 27th. They showed a little bit of that. And most importantly, we had the Battlefield 3 64-player multiplayer trailer. And that blew me away. It really did. The graphics look like they're getting better every time. The 64 players just looked insane. There was one where they had those car things where there are two people on it. One guy sits on the front, and the other guy can sit on the back and shoot his gun. They showed about like 10 of those cars all at once. It was crazy. And there were tanks and fighter jets and helicopters. Like, Battlefield 3 looks like it is going to be amazing on the PC. I don't know what it's going to be like on consoles with the scaled down maps and scaled down player numbers, but on PC it looks like absolute chaos that you're fighting in. So that definitely looks amazing. And now on to Sony. We have huge news from Sony. We have a huge price drop for the PS3. It's now only $250. And to be honest, I think this is because the PS4 is in the near future. There would have been no reason for them to drop to 250, really, because if the PS4 wasn't coming out for a long time, they'd want to make a good profit off the PS3, keep it at that $300 price point so that they can get some money off of it, since they were losing so much money before. But now they're cutting the prices, and what that is going to do is that will increase sales by a lot. And it'll clear the shelves of all the PS3s for them to get the PS4s in. I don't know. That's my perspective of this. Like, when I look at this, I'm thinking the PS4 is just around the corner, within a year at most, if they're starting to try and clear them off the shelves now. They might surprise us at next E3 and announce it and be like, hey, the PS4 is coming out in 5 months. So that could definitely be a sign that the PS4 is either coming out next year or the year after. They showed off the PS Vita as well, which looks to be like a great handheld console. They actually claimed that it will have the best launch lineup of any Sony console ever launched. So I don't know how true that is, but it definitely looks like it's going to be a great handheld game system. They showed off Resistance Burning Skies, which is the Resistance series is actually probably my favorite series of all time. Resistance Fall of Man is definitely my top favorite game of all time. So I was definitely excited to see that a Resistance game was going to be launching with the Vita. And they did announce that Skype will be on the Vita, even though Microsoft now owns Skype. Not really sure how Sony made that possible with Microsoft owning Skype and being a direct competitor to Sony in the gaming space, but nevertheless, they have Skype on it. They showed off a little bit of the party chats and the friends features, and they were touting the 3G connectivity features. So really, you can with the Vita, you can be connected wherever you are basically with this 3G plan now. You can play online, chat with friends, see what your friends are playing, all that anywhere now because of the 3G. So that looks like it'll be pretty revolutionary for handheld consoles. Uh, and there's also going to be a new PSP, not the Vita, a actual new original PSP. It will be an $100 budget model. I think it lacks Wi-Fi. Yes, it lacks Wi-Fi. But so you have to download games from the PlayStation Store. And now for all you Steam gamers out there, we also have received word that Valve is opening up Dota 2 for beta signups, which looks like it is going to be a huge game. We have Street Fighter 10 Tekken new trailer and screenshots. Definitely big stuff coming out of Gamescom for the first day. So I think that pretty much wraps up the main announcements. By the way, the Dota 2 $1 million tournament will be tomorrow. So if anyone wants to watch that, that should be pretty interesting. Alright, I think that's it for the heavy hitters at Gamescom this year. Valve, EA, and Sony were pretty much the biggest ones. So, well, Valve didn't really have a presentation, but they announced the beta for Dota 2, which is pretty big. So that's it. Don't forget to keep watching Gamescom. There's going to be probably huge more announcements later, so make sure to keep your eye on Gamescom. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.